Well, boys and girls, I'm still playing with this camera and just trying to get a grasp on the batteries. I gave them all a good charge last night, several hours for each one, and we're just going to see how it goes. So I just thought I'd show you my my little music collection. I'll start with the hi-fi. It's a Kenwood system. So there's the tuner and graphic equalizer there, amplifier, it's AH5, and we've got 6 disc changer, which is a DP MH5 Kenwood, and a twin cassette deck, which is a XH5. Sorry, the graphic equalizer is a CH6. So yeah, that's the actual hi-fi system that I have. My battery's gone red already. It was full like 30 seconds ago, but yeah, I guess we'll be getting some money back for this camera, so we can buy some new batteries. But yeah, anyway, record player is actually a Sony record player. It's the model is a PS LX 510, and it's what they call a linear tracking record player. So basically, just lift the lid here. Once you hit the power and you place a record on the spindle here, I don't know if you can see that. So yeah, you can see these little grooves in here in the platter. Yeah, the grooves actually, you can maybe see it better there. There we go. So when the platter spins, these grooves run over a sensor, and it tells the record player whether it's a 7-inch single or a 12-inch album. So we have the option to select 33 and 45 on here as well. Sorry, like I said, I'm just getting used to this camera. With a repeat function, we can lift the arm, the tone arm, up and down. There's no handle on it because once a record starts playing, the arm tracks across. So it's not like a normal record where the arm lifts up and sits down on the record. This one just tracks across horizontally, hence the name linear tracking. Maybe a little bit too much information for some people, but yeah, I got the record player from the local dump, and when I got it, the platter was spinning, but the arm wasn't moving. You could see it. You could just see it sort of shift ever so slightly. It turns out that it just needed a replacement belt, which I got from eBay. I think it was about £3 odd, and removed 4 screws underneath, flipped the whole thing over, took off the old belt, put on the new belt, put the cover back on, and it works perfectly. So yeah, like I say, that was from the dump. That was a find at the dump there, and it was free apart from having to buy a replacement belt for it. So yeah, it's all good stuff. The hi-fi itself, the Kenwood hi-fi, that was an online deal. That was £20 for that. I must admit, I did have to buy. You can't see, there it is. That's a little preamp that I bought off eBay. I think it was about £6. That's needed because there isn't the correct input and output on this amplifier, because it's more of an integrated sort of amateur type piece of equipment. So yeah, I had to get the little preamp, but it works fantastic with the record player. Speakers that came with the hi-fi are, as you can see that there, they're Bose. I don't know what model they are, to be perfectly honest with you. I can't remember looking them up. Let's see. It just says Bose, a Syncon computer tested loudspeaker, recommended amp power 10 to 50 watts. Yeah, it just says made by Bose on them. So, but sorry, that's a bit dark there. They give They give a decent sound quality. Let's get some focus back here on the camera. Probably just because it's it was a little dark there, so it's just struggling. And yeah, so basically over the last year or so, well, probably the last 2 years. So I can zoom in and get some focus in. There we go. Let's focus in back again now. I mean, this camera is sorely testing my patience. Yeah, I've been collecting records. I really generally buy them at charity shops, and that's if I think they're reasonable in price. So I'll give you an idea of what we've got records wise. Let's see, let me just get a bit more light on the subject here. Move a chair out of the way. Move a couple of bits there. So I've got singles here. So what have I got? Things like original Red Hot Chili Peppers, Under the Bridge, 7-inch. I think that was 25 or 30 pence, I think it was, in one of my local charity shops. I've got quite an eclectic taste in music. Some of these older ones here, what we've got here: Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody, original 7-inch vinyl. Big fan of the 80s, PhD, I Won't Let You Down. That was, what's that, Oxfam, 35 pence that was. Love that song. I was sort of a teenager in the 80s, so yeah, that's kind of one of my eras. These are not in any specific sort of order. What's in the sleeve there? What's that in there? David Soul, Silver Lady. What have we got? The furs, psychedelic furs, as they call them. You maybe can't see that one there. There you go. So yeah, like I say, quite an eclectic mix. The 80s I really like, and let's have a look. What albums have we got here as well? So what's that single? What's it sitting there? You Bet by The Who. Yeah, I love The Who. So yeah, I like a bit of classic rock as well. So yeah, I'll show you some of my some of these are what I collected when I was young as well. So we got Public Enemy Night Train, limited edition 12-inch picture disc there. I think I bought that probably in the mid-90s. I guess I can't see a date on it. Ice-T, New Jack Hustler from New Jack City. Great song, great film. Big fan of gangster rap, original gangster rap anyway. As you can probably see, the Lynch Mob, Cypress Hill. I was a big fan of Cypress Hill when they first started. Insane in the Brain, 12-inch there. Extended mix. Latin Lingo, Stoned is the Way of the Walk, classic. More Cypress Hill, Black Sunday, double album, original pressing. Good old Ice Cube, Kill It Will, original pressing. And America's Most Wanted, again, Ice Cube's first album, superb record. Again, like I say, these are original first pressings, n.w.a. I'm going to call that Ethelroth zagging, as the I'm sure you can tell. Obviously, a lot of people in the world have an issue if you say that word in particular, but hey, great music, and brings back great memories for me as well. So, Public Enemy again, Can't Do Nothing For You Man, original pressing, 12-inch, and original Public Enemy Fear of a Black Planet album, superb album again, original pressing. Big fan of Madonna over the years. Madonna Bad Girl, 12-inch with includes the still got the original poster in there as well. There she sits. There's the poster. Immaculate Collection. Like I say, a good mix. And yeah, it kind of goes on and on. So a lot of those were records that I bought originally when they were first released. These are some of the things that I've been purchasing recently with in the charity shops. So yeah, there's the Hits 2 album. I've yet to find the Hits 1, or at a price that I can afford. Big fan of Adam and the Ants, Prince Charming, Gatefold. Yeah, like I said, big fan of Adam and the Ants when he first came out when I was a kid. What else is there? Some Olivia Newton-John there. Kings of the Wild Frontier, probably my favourite Adam and the Ants album ever. Superb. Again, I think I paid about £1 for that. Thrilled to bits when I found it. David Bowie, big fan of. Let's Dance, 12-inch. Is it 12-inch? Is it the album? It's 12-inch, I think. Yeah, I think I paid £1 for that as well. So yeah, Phil Collins, Face Value. Now 4. I got 3 copies of that. Funnily enough, I can't say no to Now That's What I Call Music vinyl. And I had this originally on double cassette when I had my Walkman back in the 80s. So again, it's quite an important album for me, is this one. And pretty much grew up listening to it non-stop. And yeah, like I say, I think I paid between 50p and £1 each for these. So yeah, great stuff, and like I say, great memories attached to them as well. Now 12, Eurythmics. There you go. Now That's What I Call Music. That's the first album that was released. The first one. Now That's What I Call Music, but a lot of people call it Now That's What I Call Music 1. When it's actually just Now That's What I Call Music. So yeah, again, this was £1. We've got there Phil Collins, You Can't Hurry Love, Duran Duran, Is There Something I Should Know, UB40, Red Wave Wine, Limahl, Heaven 17, Casey and the Sunshine Band, Malcolm McLaren, good old Malcolm McLaren, Double Dutch, Bonnie Tyler, Total Eclipse of the Heart, standard stuff for the time. One of my favourite songs there, Candy Girl by New Edition, great song. Yeah, couldn't believe it when I saw this, and yeah, I was absolutely made up. And there's the infamous Piggy on the back there. And yeah, like I say, a good old collection of records that I've been purchasing over the last couple of years, and some of my own personal collection as well. David Lee Roth, Skyscraper. Some of you might know David Lee Roth used to sing for in Van Halen, but this is a great album. Really, really good to listen to. Some great tracks on it. One of my wife's records, UB40, Christmas album there. Some Erasure, that's my wife's. Michael Jackson, Bad. From my days as a young man in the late 80s, 808 State, Time Bomb. Look that one up on YouTube. That is a fantastic track. That just takes me back to Saturday nights in underground clubs, and being full of drink and a few other things, and dancing till God knows what time. Time Bomb, fantastic. Nimbus is a great track as well. So yeah, a good collection. Michael Jackson's Thriller there, 2 copies of that. Huey Lewis in the News, Sports, Dirty Dancing. I bought that for the wife. She loves that film. I must admit, I love it as well. Make of that what you will. Duran Duran, one of I think their first album. Girls on Film, Planet Earth, standard stuff. Great record again. Occasionally I get the oddities. Mind Bomb. I don't think it's supposed to have a poster. I don't think it does have the poster. I could be wrong. No, there's no poster with that. Sadly, but hey, you can't have everything when you're buying charity shop records. But The Police, Ghost in the Machine, Spandau Ballet, Through the Barricades, Visage. I think I got that. I think that was 50p. Fade to Grey, the Visage singles collection. Again, a pretty good listen is that. I had a phase when I was in the 80s. I was going to a goth club in Leeds where I lived. Some people, I know people in Leeds will know it. The Phonographic. It was an underground goth club. Probably one of the most famous ones, to be perfectly honest with you. And then I've got loads of classic rock records, and my daughter bought me this for Christmas. I'm a big horror film fan, so she bought me the soundtrack to The Return of the Living Dead. Again, absolutely fabulous album. Great music and a superb film. As horror films go, that's probably one of my all-time favourites. Rocky Erickson, Burn the Flames. Cool stuff. You can just see that War of the Worlds. I think that was a couple of pounds I paid for that. I think it was £2. Original War of the Worlds album. Great listen. David Bowie. Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. This is Canadian pressing. Again, this was a charity shop and it was £1. And I don't think you can argue with that. I did turn down, there was another Aladdin Sane album, but the cover had been drawn all over and the vinyl didn't look very good, but no, I couldn't refuse this. David Bowie, Ziggy Stardust. God, I love that man. Rolling Stones, Sky, one of the Sky albums. Favourite of ours in this house, Tubular Bells, Mike Oldfield. Absolutely classic record. Again, it's just one to put on and just sit and listen to. Absolutely fantastic. Love that since I was a kid. What else have we got there? Some Boston. Picnic, A Breath of Fresh Air. That's quite a rare album, that. On Harvest Records. Rare on the basis that it was first released, and there is Pink Floyd track on there called Embryo. That track was put on the album without Pink Floyd's permission, and they weren't happy about that, so they demanded that the record was withdrawn and then reprinted and re-released without the Embryo track. And again, I found this charity shop. I think it was £1 because I seldom paid much more than £1 for albums, and yeah, I didn't know anything about it. I just liked the look of the cover, to be perfectly honest with you. And I noticed it had Deep Purple on it, so I just thought, I'll give it a shot, and yeah, it turns out to be quite a rare record. But yeah, like I say, lots and lots of oddities and rarities. Bit of Rowan Atkinson, Alan Parsons Project, Eve, some ELO, love ELO. Electric Light Orchestra Discovery album there. Billy Connolly, you can't go wrong with the pick of Billy Connolly. Many laughs. Again, used to listen to Billy when I was a kid. More David Bowie there. Hunky Dory, that was one of the first albums that I found. Again, well, that battery finally gave up. Sorry about that. Yeah, David Bowie, Hunky Dory, original 1971. Canadian press. Like I say, big fan of David Bowie. What else have we got in here? I should be leaning this over so badly. Some Dr. Hook there. My wife's Hot Chocolate. My wife, Eagles. I bought that for her. She likes the Eagles. Rod Stewart's my wife's. My Motown collection. Double album. Bought that years and years ago. Great record. Grease soundtrack. Again, we like our musical films, and Grease is a great musical. Whenever it's on, we watch, and I usually sing along, or my wife taps her toes. The Doors, what have we got there? Best of the Doors. And I bought this when I was probably in my early 20s. Actually, my late teens. I think I was about 19 or 20 when I bought this. But yeah, great double album, and gatefold. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically my my little collection. I just thought I'd show you this, and I don't think there's much more of any importance. Billy Joel, some more Mike Oldfield there, Exposed. That's a live album. Soundtracks as well. 2001: Space Odyssey. I pick these up when I can see them, and yeah, all good fun. Like a bit of music. Some CDs as well. We've got. There we go. So yeah, there you go. Alright boys and girls, I will see you soon. Bye for now.